but this is the closest I've ever come to killing somebody. So I grew up with 5 sisters. Let that sink in for a second. 5 sisters and me. Now, one of those sisters was a stepsister, and she was older than I was. So she had already moved out when my dad married her mother. So I never really knew her all that much. I didn't see her all that often. So I don't really count her. But now we're down to 4 sisters. 2 sisters on my dad's side but from his wife that he married. 2 stepsisters on my mom's side from his wife, or her husband that she married. 2 stepsisters there, 2 stepsisters on my dad's side, and 1 biological sister. And at one time, I was living at my mom's house, and I was living at my mom's house with my mom, my stepdad, who I almost never saw because he worked nights, and 3 little sisters. 1 biological, 2 stepsisters. And I know that it had a profound psychological impact on me, not having a brother and not having a lot of times a male influence around at all. It was me and a bunch of girls, my mom and a bunch of sisters. And so I was involved in things that most boys don't ever, like I played Barbies, not because I wanted to, but because there was nothing else to do. If that makes sense. All the girls are playing with, and I'm bored and I want to socialize. So give me the fucking Ken doll. And they'd make me come and pick them up for dates in the pink Corvette. You know what I mean? And I was always a dick. My Ken was always kind of a very brusque guy that no girl would really want to date. Because I had to exercise some control over the situation. I'm already playing Barbies. You know what I mean? So I gotta have some input on the creative process here. But one of the things that my sisters loved to do, and they didn't always get along, these 3 girls, okay? They would fight, as you can imagine, preteen and early teen girls. Fuck you mean my hair, you use my conditioner, and, whatever. But they would all get together if the end result was fucking with me. The end result was gonna make me angry. They were on the same team. And they would trap me into doing things that they knew was going to piss me off. Because apparently, and I guess that's carried over into my adult life, because a lot of my YouTube videos are me just being really pissed off and people seem to like them. So I guess me being angry is an entertaining thing for people. So they would catch me up in these situations. And one time they asked me to play a board game with them. Now I should have suspected, because we never played board games. We always had this kind of saying about it, that there's a reason they're called board games. Yeah, they were just we never really liked them. But we had a stack of them in the house, as most kids do. We had checkers and Monopoly, and we had this one fucking game called the Game of Life. And I've never understood the Game of Life, because it was such a boring, it was such a silly game to play in general. And I gotta be honest with you, I haven't played it since this story, and I was a teenager, a very young teenager when this happened. So I can't relate to you what the rules are, but I remember very vague things about the Game of Life. The Game of Life, you play against other people, and the end result is to not be a loser, I guess, at the end of your life. Like, the worst thing that can happen to you in the Game of Life is that you end up being like a factory worker, a person that works hard for their money, I guess. And the best thing that can happen to you in the Game of Life is that you end up being a CEO of a company and you're uber rich, and that's the end goal. You want to try and roll and answer the questions and spin the little spinner, and your end result should be that you end up being a rich fuck at the end of your life. And so they wanted to play life. And like I was saying, I should have saw some shit was up, because they all three of them, who normally only got along maybe 20 or 30% of the time because they were bitching at each other, all come to me at once and they're like, PJ, do you want to play a board game? And I'm sitting in my room by myself. I was listening to some music, doing some homework or something. And I thought about it and I was like, kinda, yeah. I mean, I'm bored I'm fucking bored. Sure. They're like, do you want to play the game of life? And I was like, whatever. I don't really care. You know, I was just excited to do something, to socialize a little bit. Because despite the fact that they were all horrible to me, I loved my little sisters and, you know, I wanted to spend some time with them. So I was like, cool, yeah, that's fine. So you guys set it up. I'll be there in a minute. So they set the game board up and I come out. We're sitting in the middle of the living room, all kind of laying down, playing this board game. And so we start playing. And all of them were being exceptionally nice during this game. And I, once again, should have seen some shit was up. And, they're just, your turn. You know, and I'm like, okay. But then I noticed something. One of my stepsisters, cheated. While she thought I wasn't looking, she took her piece and moved it 2 squares ahead. And I said, hey, it's not your fucking turn. Why did you just move your piece? I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. She was behind me anyway. So I was like, if you guys just want to cheat, honestly, if that's why we're playing this game, so you can cheat, then I'm not gonna play the game. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So I let her have the 2 spaces. Continue playing the game for a couple of minutes. Boom, catch another one of them cheating. Different one this time. You fucking just cheated! I watched you, and this time they moved my piece back squares. Oh. Okay, so now we're on a different level. Now we've upped the ante. Okay, now we're fucking cheating real good. You just fucking moved my piece back. I swear to God, if you're not gonna play this fucking game, I'm gonna go to bed. So stop fucking cheating. Calm down, it's just a game. I don't care. It's not just a game, this is life. This is my life you're fucking with, okay? You moving my piece back, I might end up working in a fucking fast food restaurant instead of being a CEO. This is life. Quit fucking around with my shit. Immediately. So it kept going and kept going and kept going, and I end up losing.